Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Insights by Janita with Janita Francis. Live from InsightsByJanita.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Insights by Janita
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everyone. Hello, thank you once again for tuning in. It's always a pleasure to be here. Hopefully you've all enjoyed and recovered from your Thanksgiving, which I have been assured from my American friends was an absolute hoot of a time. So hopefully you're all back into the swing of your daily routines again, and still enjoying life and still giving gratitude and thanks for everything that we have in our lives. There's a few things going on for me this week. The weather has been absolutely terrible in Sydney. We've had, if it's not bushfires, it's a lot of smoke. It's and breathing difficulties for a lot of people here at the moment. So most of us are cooped up inside. So hopefully in the Northern Hemisphere and wherever you are tuning in throughout the world, your weather is a lot more forgiving than ours is right now. So, yeah. I've got a few crystals with me today. I've got some cards out. I've got my cog chart, so we're ready to get into it and see what life brings about for us this time. Have had numerous readings this week all about changes in energy levels. So we've come from a very chaotic time around that October, November, and now we're starting to been a lot more calm, I suppose, even though we're going into the silly season or the crazy season that Christmas can sometimes bring about. There's a sense of calmness around the energies. So it could be something to do with Jupiter going into Capricorn as far as transits are concerned. So that's quite a nice placement for a lot of people to have. It's certainly a lovely placement for me to have because it means that my luck will change in my career and what I'm doing in my life as far as 10th house or career and jobs and what we do for how we make a living has been looked upon favourably. So all my lights are lining up, all the stars are in alignment for me at the moment. So it's a really very pleasant time. So hopefully that you're all tapping into that lovely energy and enjoying the stars aligning for you as well. So we're going to take some callers in a moment, which I'm looking forward to. It's fast becoming less nerve-wracking for me and much more exciting now. So I have had some listeners reach out during the week to me, so I'd like to have a big shout out to a lady called Leah. Thank you very much for your lovely, kind message. Hope you don't mind me shouting out to you, but I just your lovely message was very nice. It was really nice to receive, so I thought I'd let you know that as well. So yeah, and of course Molly, who always tunes in, so thank you very much for doing that as well, Molly. So it's very nice to have a following all the way over in the States. So I'll have to put this on my roadshow places to visit. I think it's certainly growing. My roadshow is definitely growing. So far I've only got nationwide in Australia, looking to go to New Zealand, but obviously the States is a runner-up, really fast runner-up that I didn't see coming. So that's really, it's a lovely blessing. So thank you all very much for doing that and participating in that as well. So very cool, very cool. So last week I think I unveiled my black quartz. Still have her with me today. I pulled her out quite a number of times this week to have a little play with her and see what she's capable of and what she's doing. It's actually a really nice energy. I loved her when I first met her, but I'm a super head over heels in love with her now as well. So she's just, if you are into crystals or you like them or you're just not sure where to start, there's so much information online. There's some stuff on my website as well. I've got a workshop on crystals and how to tap into crystals. I'm not even going to pretend that I'm an encyclopedia of crystal information. Most of them are really pretty, and then I go, oh, that's so pretty, and then I work out what it is and what a healing properties are from there. But there's so much information out there. I would highly recommend that you choose your crystals intuitively, rather than going out there and trying to find the crystal that you think is the right fit for you. It actually might be something better out there for you. So if you walk into a crystal store and pick up the one that resonates the most, the one that's the prettiest, the one that you find that you just don't want to put back down, that's the crystal for you. Then work out what the healing properties are. So yeah. All right, we have a caller. We're going to slip straight into it. Excellent. Love it. I'm so fast, and sometimes I have to slow things down, and I like going super fast. Got so much to say. So we're going to shoot across to Kelly in Somerville. Kelly, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. What can I do for you?
Well, I just want to know if I have any loved ones that are trying to connect with me, and also maybe some relationship advice.
Sure. Are you seeing somebody? What's your current relationship status?
I am engaged.
Yeah. Okay. I think what the issue is here for you, I think some of the people that you're perhaps attracting into your life are not emotionally available. I'm kind of getting, when you said about relationship advice and a little bit of guidance around that, I saw a man walking towards you, but then he turned his back and walked away from you. And I kind of get the feeling that that is a commitment issue, or it's, I'm not entirely sure whether I want to be with this person or not. And what we're really looking for is a man that walks straight up to you and puts his arms around you, as opposed to turns his back and goes, oh, I'm not sure. So I'm not, I know that you've been deeply hurt in the past, and there are some little emotional walls around protecting yourself so that doesn't happen again. And we all do that. That's human nature, you know, that just, I had them for a number of years, so I can relate to you. The thing is, though, that when we have those walls and we look at them as a means for preserving ourselves and preserving our energy, and so we don't get hurt, sometimes it stops people from being able to see through those walls, because it looks like we might have something to hide, or we're not being our authentic selves. And we're not really being our authentic selves because we're so worried about getting hurt again that we're kind of keeping some of our stuff in reserves. So we've got, you know, something to cling to. We're not just going in head first this time into the next relationship. Right. There's a nice man coming in for you. I want to say his name's Tony, Anthony, Tone, something along those lines. He's just got a really masculine feel about him, but not, can we say caveman? He's a proper masculine man. He's just not a beating chest man, okay? He's kind of nice. He's a bit more quieter. He's not that party animal that wants to go out all the time. He likes to balance going out with staying home. Bit like yourself and your own energy. You know, people are great, but you need some time out too. And he's just a nice person. He does like animals, so hopefully that works with you as well. And look, I'm thinking he's not that far away. I can kind of feel him. He's a bit taller, around that 6'1" mark. You do feet and inches over there, don't you? Hopefully. Don't make me convert it. I think he's around 185, 186 centimetres, if you do centimetres. Yeah, I'm a medium. I'm not a mathematician, so forgive me if that's wrong. But he's just nice. He's a nice man. it's not going to be one of those power moments when you meet him, okay? Because it's a more mature relationship than what you received from others in the past. Does that make sense?
Yes. My fiance, his middle name is Anthony.
Ah, right. Okay. And where does he fit in all this?
I don't know. I mean, you say mature. He's older than me, so.
Okay. I wonder if it's a new one coming in, or he just sees the light and makes some drastic changes. Is he the flighty man? Was he a bit, can't sit still? Was that him?
Is he what? I'm sorry.
Was Anthony the man that couldn't sit still? He liked to run around and do things and be involved in everything. Was that him?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's the same person, because he would have to do like a 180-degree turn to, he would have to change in a lot of ways. And I just don't think that his path is in alignment with your path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've probably in the last three and a half, they're saying 3 years and 8 months. They're being cheeky buggers now. The last 3 and a bit years, you've looked at things differently. You've changed the way you look at things. You changed the way just the way you talk to yourself. Your observations have been, you've been paying a bit more attention to little things that may not have necessarily you've noticed in the past. So it's been a big spiritual journey for you the last few years. 3 years and 8 months. They keep saying 3 years and 8 months, so I don't know what that is. You might want to work out what happened 3 years and 8 months ago. But it's for you, it's a nice, you're sort of coming out of attracting those style of people that are not in alignment with you. So it's really important for you now, and in your own mind as well, not just me chatting with you, but that you have that person that is working towards that common goal with you, and that's working towards that common journey, enjoying the path together, as opposed to being two very individual people and having a bit of a tug of war over which path is going to be followed. So it's really nice that you've reached that point in your life. It's just really cool. I like it. How are you feeling about that all?
I feel good. I feel right now I kind of went through a little rough patch, but I feel like everything's kind of starting to come back up a little bit.
Yeah. And I think that's part of the grieving process too. And even though, when relationships expire and we go our separate ways, there's still a grieving process, I think, that we all need to go through. And some of those memories, just like when you lose a puppy, or you lose your favorite animal, or you lose a loved one, those little triggers come up every now and then, and stuff surfaces and we work through it. And it's just, I still think that's part of the grieving process. And I don't think it's got anything to do with the level of love or whether it's a really nurturing relationship. I think it's just the gravity of the lessons that we learnt during that relationship or that friendship or whatever that interaction was that we had with that person. So the fact that what I'm really happy with is that you're able to identify that was part of the process, and that you're able to work through that and come out the other side. So that's a huge testament to you being able to do your spiritual work on yourself and get yourself in that right place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Very, very nice place for you to be in. You can look forward to 2020 being less taxing on you, less draining on you, okay? It's just nicer things are about to come into play for you because you've done a lot of soul-searching, and that's about to pay dividends for you, okay?
Oh, good.
Yeah, I know, it's about bloody time, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Uh-oh. If anyone can hear me, I think we're frozen. We're definitely frozen. Oh, there you are. I think we froze for a little minute there.
I'm here.
All right, we're back. Do you have any more questions for me?
No, I think that's it.
Lovely. Excellent. Thank you so much for your call, Kelly. You take care.
Thank you. You too.
See you later.
All right. Thank you.
What a lovely lady. It's so cool when we do this sort of work that we're able to see people and tune into their frequency of where they've come from and how many things they've worked through and their layers to get where they are right now. And because, you know, I'm so in love with our self-growth and the whole evolution of ourselves, that when I see it like that as clearly as I just did with Kelly, it's such a buzz for me, because the ultimate best gift you can give yourself is nurturing and self-development and growth, and it's just amazing. One day I'll tell you my story on Moonstruck, and then you can see why I'm so passionate about really being our favourite subjects and learning about ourselves as much as possible, so we can uncover and take all those layers away and look for, you know, our higher self and do things towards our highest good. It's really cool. It's very, very cool. I love it. So if you haven't already noticed, okay, let's have a look. We've got a lady called Chantel from Baytown in Texas. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good, thank you. You know, I have to say that each person that I speak to in the States have got such a different accent. It's really kind of cool to hear so many different accents, all from what you perceive as a one country. It's amazing. Very cool.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm from Alabama. I'm just here in Texas.
Ah, okay. So that's different again, isn't it? It's a different accent again.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. Wow. I think us Aussies all speak the same. I'm not convinced that we're quite as different as the Americans, that's for sure. What can I do for you?
I have been experienced. I don't know if you deal with my situation, but I have been dealing with spirits in my home, and I just how do I explain it? I don't know if it's a good energy or a bad energy or what's going on. My daughter, I have a 1-year-old daughter. I mean, a 2-year-old daughter. I'm sorry. Sometimes she's scared of it, and sometimes she plays with it. My son, he plays with it. My stepson, he's here off and on, and he's scared of it. And one night he was like, Mommy, he calls me Mommy. He's like, Mommy, she scared me. And I asked who. He pointed in my guest room, which, you know, nothing was there. And I let him sleep with me, and he was like, Mommy, she wants you. And he was pointing to something, and I couldn't see it, but I'm a very spiritual person, and I could feel something there, but I can't, you know, I think my children can see it.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to see, you know.
That's the thing with kids, isn't it? They're so receptive to, they don't have all those environmental changes, and it's not they're not talked out of, anything that they might, or it's not dismissed as in children. Like, they come through seeing things so clearly. And you're definitely seeing something. There's actually two spirits there, okay? So there's one that's a little bit cheekier, which is the one that can be a little bit intimidating. The other one, though, is quite a friendly sort of soul. They're both human-based entities, okay? So there's nothing too weird going on aside from dead people in your house. They actually passed away not that far away from you, okay? And I'm going to say that one of them is a little child. I kind of feel it's the female energy that is the smaller child, okay? That's the friendlier one. The other one gets a little bit stroppy every now and then, but I think it's just because frustration more than a meaning of intimidating or frightening or anything like that. I think it's more frustration that they're not getting heard. Has stuff been moved around your house yet? Like, if you come home and you put your car keys somewhere and then the car keys are not there when you go to get them shortly after? Has that sort of stuff started happening yet?
No, not yet.
Okay, all right. We'll give that a little bit of time. When did you move into the house?
Actually, I've been living here a year now.
Okay, cool. All right. So if they're not moving your stuff yet, give it a little bit more time, because they do want to talk to you. You're clairsentient, okay? So that means that you can clearly feel them, which is what you said before, but I can confirm you're definitely clairsentient. You're empathic as well, and you've passed on those beautiful qualities to your children, which is why they can see and hear these people so clearly. You can put boundaries in place with them, okay, by saying that they're not allowed to come in the bedrooms at night time when your children are trying to sleep. You can do other things like, you need to find somewhere else to hang out after 5 p.m. at night time. This is my family time. You can do things like that. You are in charge. I know that some people think that that's just crazy, but I have a lot of spirit dropping into our home, and I always have boundaries with them. They're not allowed to come with me to the toilet, for example, because that's my time. And they do listen to those boundaries, okay? They're not, the two that you've got in particular are not meaning to, they just want to be heard. They want to be recognised and acknowledged that they're there, okay? And your kids are doing that. So they're sort of kind of hanging around because they're being acknowledged, and they're liking them. You actually got really cute little kids too. So they're well-grounded, nice kids. I know that they're kids, so they're going to have their moments, but yours are they're cute little kids, okay? So, if they start talking to you a little bit more about, which is not going to happen, but if they start thinking that or blaming the spirits for if they're doing something naughty, you might need to redirect their own behaviour in that way, okay? Because sometimes kids can try to blame spirit on things. I know my cousin certainly did that, and that wasn't the case at all. So if your kids are doing that, just redirect them and distract them and get them thinking about something else, or assure them that the ghost did not tell them to do that naughty thing, okay? Because your two are not like that at all. They just want to be acknowledged. So if you do have little things that are being moved around the house, don't pay too much attention to it. Don't buy into it. Say, you need to leave my things where I leave them, thank you, and be firm with that, and that will bring them back into line. There's no reason for you to move at all. They actually do enjoy you being in that house. Have you still got some stuff that you haven't unpacked yet?
I think so.
Yeah. Are they memories or something? Have you got photo albums or pictures of the kids or paintings that the kids did when they were younger? That kind of feels like memories are in these boxes, or 2 boxes that you need to bring out.
I had a son that passed away when he was 7 weeks old, and I had a son that passed away like 5 years ago. So I have memories of him. I have photos of my grandmother that passed last year. I have, memories from Alabama and in a boxes and stuff. It's not that I unpack them; I just leave them there. So I don't unpack them.
Yeah, keep them safe. Can you perhaps take the lid off every now and then and just have a chat or let them know, or even speak to, recall some of those memories verbally, or talk to you do talk to your grandma, okay, and just give them a little bit of acknowledgement as well. I think some of it could be a little bit of you being a little bit lonely as well, where you are. I know that you've got your kids around you and some other people around you as well, but sometimes there's a little bit of a loneliness thing going on in the back of your mind for you that could be like home related, bit of homesickness or something. I'm not quite sure what it is, but the boxes are the key to that. So it could be a bit of a healing process for you in those boxes to just take the lid off just for a little while and go through them and hold those memories in your heart and then pack them up again, perhaps. It's a nice house, though. Do you have are you wanting to put shrubs in your backyard or little trees or something in your backyard or your front yard, or are they already there?
Yeah, there are trees there that, well, when I moved here, it's a tree like in front of my house. Well, it's some apartment homes, they look like, but it's trees in the front.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. So make sure you water and nurture those because they keep the energy free in the house as well, okay? You can see that from your front door. Yeah. So really nurture those shrubs and those little trees, okay? That'll keep everything nice and grounded and a beautiful energy going through the home for you. Yeah. Excellent.
Yes,
all right, my darling, do you have any more questions for me?
You said that you were speaking on my gifts or whatnot. I was trying, what do I do to make my gifts stronger? Because I know it's been passed down from generation to generation, and I'm just my family. Oh, you can go ahead. I'm sorry.
With your clairsentient, if you touch things, because you'll tap into psychometry, okay? So that's the way for you forward. So when you touch things, like I'm touching my little selenite, so I can tell you apart from your previous caller, then you touch things and then you'll be able to tap into your clairsentient. So you'll use psychometry, okay? So look that up or drop me a line through my website and I'll be able to give you a hand with that. But that's how you do it. It'll be a touchy-feely thing for you to engage it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. I've been given the hurry up, my darling.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
It? All right, darling. You take care of yourself. Thank you very much for calling in.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And that's it for Moonstruck at A1R Radio for another week. It goes so fast. This is an absolute joy bringing this to you. Thank you very much. If you'd like to book in for a private channel reading with me, please do on www.insightsbyjanita.com. I'm on Facebook as well. I have lots of lives and giveaways and all sorts of things. And of course, if you are a Moonstruck caller, you get a discount on 30 minutes reading, and I will give you an hour instead. All the details are on my website. Please do find me there. And I will see you same time next week in the same beautiful location. I look forward to your time and your energy. Thank you very much. Take care and bye for now.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for the High Frequency Channel with Rebecca Urich. Live from the highfrequencychannel.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is the High Frequency Channel
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, welcome to the High Frequency Channel. This is Rebecca Urich, and you are listening to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. So I want to talk about what is happening with humanity right now. We have a lot of things that are going to be that are going to start to show up, and that is bigger institutional companies, corporations, or institutions, I should just say, are going to start breaking apart a little bit. The big corporations that are money hungry, that are kind of suppressing humanity, that are suppressing us. I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to, can't say everything, right? You get in trouble. What I'm saying is that love is exploding on the planet, and all the old stuff that is not in the frequency of where we are now is going to start breaking apart and being dismantled so that the new can come in, so that the loving, supportive, human, loving, new, whatever you want to call it, life here on Earth can emerge. So, and I want you to notice that that may also be happening in your life right now too. So it takes a couple of generations for our Earth to move into a new dimension. But right now we are being forced into another dimension of love. Okay. And you may say, it does not feel like that at all. And I hear you. I feel it too, right? So what is happening is everything that we need to experience and heal is showing up right now so that we can get to where we need to be and where we want to be, so that we can become our dream, right? Our vision, right? I've talked about having a vision, about thinking about the future, right? And letting go of the past. I know that's hard, but it's time to recognize that the past, I love that phrase, the past has made me who I am now. And I like to say, okay, you're stuck, you're paralyzed in your life, you are sad, depressed, right? Is that what we want? Not really. So we have to clear that stuff from our past. And you don't even need to know where it comes from. You just need to know that in this moment right now is a fresh new moment. It is a fresh, this breath. We are moving into a new decade, 2020. So that is pretty cool, but it is time to let go of the past. It is time to let go of the things that are holding us back from who we want to be, who we would love to be, who we need to be, right? So these things are showing up right now in service. So things may feel chaotic and nuts. And the reason that is because all of that old stuff needs to show up in order to be released so that you can become the person that you want to become, that you need to be, that you are here to be on this planet. Okay? Does that make sense? So love is emerging, even though we don't feel like it's emerging, right? But I always celebrate the obstacles. I celebrate the obstacles that are in my life because I know that they are showing up to be released so that I can get closer to what I would love, what I've been dreaming of, what I've been, journaling and using my imagination and all the personal development tools that everybody is talking about now to get to where I want to be. So that's happening in this world too, is this big plume of love is going to start happening. And you can already feel it on some level, but most of us are still trying to clear the old. So when you think of your past, and you can dream about it in your mind, right? It's an image that shows up in your mind. Am I right? When you dream at night, and you wake up the next day and you think about your dream, it's in your mind, right? They're two very similar ways in which we are registering a dream or our past. In fact, you probably can't even tell the difference between a dream and the past, except the dream might be a little funkier. But in your mind's eye, it's no different, right? So our past now that is affecting us now is not affecting us right now, is not actually doing anything to us right now. So if you're at home listening to the show or on Facebook or watching TV, then your past is not actually happening to you in this very moment, right? So it is in the present moment, our past is an illusion and is not real now. Does that make sense? So at one point, you were running from the situation, you were freaking out, you were doing whatever you needed to do to survive or to live or whatever. But now all you have are the repercussions, so to say, right? It's like, when you think of that word repercussion, right? It's like that reverberation into time. And then here we are still sort of experiencing that situation, even though it's not happening. So it's time to let it go. And what I like to say is up until now. So I might say, oh my gosh, I have a problem with this, but up until now, from this moment forward, I am going to step into my new life without that. Okay? So we live in a spiral universe and it's spiraling forward. Time moves forward in this universe. So it doesn't move back, it moves forward, right? So I pause. Most of us are moving backwards because we think about the past and we're anchored in our past and it's not allowing us to actually move forward. So when I pause and I go, okay, this is not what I want anymore. And this is what I want. I say up until now. And then I step forward into the new without that old pattern. So I want you to think about your life as we're getting ready to move into the new decade. What do you want? What is your truth? What do you want to bring into your life? What kind of a life do you want to live? Like, what do you really, really want? Not things that you think you need to be doing because you've been brought up that way or programmed that way or told you need to do this or because everyone else does it, right? What is your truth, right? What is your truth? What is your truth? Yours and yours alone. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks or what anybody else says. Your truth is your truth. right? What is that? What is that? How are you going to move forward? What do you want in your life? And it's time to go for it. It's time to shed that old stuff and step into the person that you want to be. We don't know how much time each one of us has on this planet. I don't know when my time is up. So I am going to spend every single day doing everything that I love and choosing myself and my truth, regardless of what anybody else thinks, right? So what is that? But I want you to get really honest with yourself. Because a lot of times what you really want is something that's actually been programmed into you to want, right? Here's the thing, that all the money, like more money, isn't going to make you happy. That perfect relationship isn't going to make you happy. The things, the car, the house, the clothes, the whatever, those things are not going to make you happy. You have to begin with yourself. What makes you happy? What makes you happy? What would you love for this life? You only have a certain amount of time here. You don't know how long that is. What are you going to do with your time? What is your truth? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. Okay, so that's your homework for the week. What is your truth? Okay, and we have my first caller, Crystal.
Hello.
Hey, how are ya?
Hi. Good. How are you?
I'm doing fabulous. Where are you from?
Ogden, Utah.
Oh, great. I love Utah. My husband and I travel to Salt Lake twice a year for about 10 years. Love it.
It's nice out here.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful out there. So I channel source. I use Oracle cards. I'm also a dream builder life coach and a life mastery consultant. So I sort of blend all of those together. How can I help you today?
You say you do tarot. Can you just pull some cards?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I can absolutely pull some cards. You just want like a general reading and we see where it goes?
Yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so I'm going to just shuffle the cards a little bit. Whoa, they just all went all over the place. Hang on a second. All right. So, have you been doing work on yourself lately? Have you been doing your...
Trying to do self-help.
Oh, great. Woo, awesome. Well, it's working. It's working. So tell me what you're doing.
Just trying to figure out like who I am.
Love it. Did you figure it out?
No, I'm still working on that.
Yeah, I know. I think we're always sort of working on that, so don't feel bad about it.
It'll be a never-ending process.
Yes, it's a lifelong experience, right?
Yeah.
Just when we think we figure it out, it changes.
Exactly.
So you're good. So, well, anyway, all of the good work that you're doing, it's opening the doors for you. So you have support, more support, and solutions. So whatever you're looking to do, they should be dropping in if they haven't already. They will soon. Those ideas, the guidance. So when we do self-care, we connect more deeply, obviously, with ourselves, right? And we kind of clear out the negative and make room for messages. And I have a program where I teach people how to become a channel. So what happens is when you start doing the self-help and taking care of yourself is like I said, you start clearing stuff out, which allows the universe to begin, a relationship with you and to begin to download information that you'll need in the form of ideas, or you might hear a song and the lyrics are, have a message for you. It can be in a dream. It can just be like a sudden thought that comes into your mind. It can be anything, but you're going to start to notice that as you clear out your brain a little bit more through caring for yourself, right? By letting go of that old stuff, that you're going to be more connected to your intuition. Are you feeling that?
A little bit.
Okay. So I'm getting that there's still some stress reduction to do. So some de-stressing still? Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, would you say it's anxiety, depression?
A little both.
Okay. So tell me about your self-care regimen. What are you doing?
Just doing some counseling and medication.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Are you meditating or anything?
I listen to music at night was it 423? I don't know.
Band or something, or?
No, just the meditation music.
Oh, okay.
To like lift your vibrations and stuff.
I love it. Great. So are you laying down in bed, or are you just listening to them with your earbuds?
Yeah, just lay down in bed to, go to sleep.
Perfect. So keep that up. Also, I want you to look at your negative self-talk. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I try to keep that under control.
Yeah. Well, and let's just to become aware of it. The more you become aware of it, the more you will be able to shift your mind onto something else. So we want to be really gentle with ourselves. So that includes like being kind to ourselves. So when you find yourself negative talking to yourself, you don't want to continue to be negative by being like, oh, why are you, getting mad at yourself because you're negative self-talking. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's important for you to, I teach my clients that everyone has an internal pause button within themselves. Mm-hmm. And throughout the day, you can just pause.
Sorry.
Oh, you have a little one.
Yeah, my daughter just had a baby.
Oh, so cute. How old?
She'll be 2 months on the 15th.
Oh my gosh, she's little. Oh, I love it. Well, taking care of an infant is also good self-care as well, just connecting with that energy, because you have to be calm and relaxed and, so that's actually,
yeah, I can feel that.
Yeah, that's actually like a great way. And two, like rocking them is also really good for you. Like, that's also really good for your mind. In fact, that's a great way to reset your brain patterns is to rock. So it's one of those, like, it's not a pendulum. I can't remember the name of but it's like tick tock. It goes side to side, right? So it's a little bit faster than the second hand, which is actually your normal, like if you rock her, is it a girl or a boy? Metronome. Thank you. It's a metronome. So it's like a little bit faster than a second hand. And if you go side to side, it's actually like really meditative, and it rebalances your brain. So like there are babies that are very neglected. One of the ways that you can stimulate them and kind of bring them back because they're a little like fearful of humans, is to use the metronome and shift your weight back and forth. It actually recalibrates. So that's great that you have a little one that you can do that with. And it sounds like you're doing a really great job working on your stress reduction. That's going to be really important. I think the negative self-talk is going to be fantastic. And don't be hard on yourself when you find yourself being negative. Just keep shifting your mind to things that feel good. So have you written a vision of the life you would love to live? Do you have maybe spend some time journaling what you would love in your life?
Okay.
Right?
I have to do that.
Do you want to share a couple things with me that you would love in your life?
I love more stability and some more happiness. Better health.
Okay. That sounds absolutely fabulous. I love it. So those 3 little things, I want you to write them down in a journal, and I want you to think about those often. And even if you can expand upon that vision. So like, what does it feel like to have good health? Like, I feel so great in my body. I am so grateful I have great health. Like, so you want to actually put it into as if you already have it. And that actually forces the universe to bring it to you faster. That makes sense?
Okay. Yeah, that does.
It feels really weird because, like, it'd be like, oh my gosh, like I'm making this much money and my health is fantastic. And it seems kind of odd because it may not be true, but you're drawing that into you.
Fake it till you make it kind of sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of like that. You got it. So what I'm also getting for you is that you are so keep up with the stress reduction. But what is also happening for you is you are ready for deep emotional healing. So the work that you're doing and is really, you're ready. Like, you're ready for this healing. So it's so important. Like, just reiterating again, it's really important for you to devote the time and energy to your self-care. Keep it up. It's basically saying that you're doing everything that you need to be doing.
Okay, great.
Let me ask you this. How about your love life?
That's terrible.
Okay. So what I'm getting is that what's going to end up happening is this work that you're doing is going to open you up for romance, for a romantic relationship in your life. Whether it's with the person that you're with or with somebody new. Are you with somebody right now?
No, we just recently split up.
Okay. That's okay. Sometimes I think we have to do a little bit of work and make ourselves happy. And when we start making ourselves happy, we raise our vibration, and then we bring in that person that is a better fit or a better match for us. So this is, what you're doing. You are right on target. You are connected to the universe. You are connected to your higher self by already starting to move along the path of self-help and self-care. So you are definitely on target. Keep up the really good work. Is there anything more? Let me see if I'm get anything else for you. Yeah, I am getting that, taking the time and devoting that time to your self-care, like deciding. So like what I did for a little while was I would do everything that I wanted to do and nothing that I didn't want to do. Right. So like if someone's like, oh, hey, let's go volunteer. And you're like, oh, I really should go volunteer because it's a good thing to do, but I really just don't feel like it. Don't go. Don't go. Right? If you want to stay home and take a bubble bath, stay home and take a bubble bath. So start really listening to what you want to do. Right? What is your truth? Right? And that comes forward in the form of, I'm not going to do this because everybody's telling me to do this. I'm going to do this because I want to do it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So the lecture that I had right before you and I got on the call was, what is your truth? What is your truth, right? So it's deciding what that is. And you're in the exploratory phase of it. And that's a cool place to be, because you can just be like, do I want to do it or do I not want to do it? Like, where am I? You know, so it's like, oh, and I'm going to say no because I don't want to, or yes, because I do want to, or oops, I said yes when I really meant to say no. And, you know, just be lighthearted with yourself. Be kind and gentle as you're learning what your truth is.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, you are so welcome. Thank you, Crystal, for coming on today. I appreciate you coming.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thanks. I sure will. You too. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And thank you, Crystal. That was awesome. My name is Rebecca Urich. This is the High Frequency Channel. I am still offering free financial education. I'm a financial coach as well. And I also offer free breakthrough calls for people. So if you're interested, please let me know. Message me, like my Facebook page, the High Frequency Channel. And I'm going live right after the show doing more readings. So I'll see you there. Have a beautiful night. Namaste.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyonsBrilliance.wixsite.com/Perry Lyons.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is New York City Celebrity Psychic
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hey, cats and kittens. We're trying out this new comfy cozy blanket. We're trying that out today. So glad you're here. As we all know, sometimes there are little blips in our day. I had to go emergency babysit, and that's fine. A toddler, a male toddler today. So I got here about 5 minutes before the show, unusual for me. And then I reached into my purse, and here are my headphones. Somebody very charmingly did kind of a 1960s pop art site-specific arrangement with these. But what was also, and I think this is so sweet, he also gave me a lovely parting gift, and I'd like to share it. I think he thought I needed a makeover, so this would be, yeah. Okay. I think I'm going to be pretty much doing this throughout the show, and singing, I'm my own grandpa. Anyway, that was fun. So you'll be able to hear me a little better in a minute. I should have had an OCD friend come over and do this for me. Have you ever noticed that your friends are really like obsessive compulsive? If they will sit there and they'll take your headphones away from you and they will do this with them. I don't know why. So hi, welcome. Big astrological news, which is that Jupiter, that big, happy, benevolent, what do they call them? Big round things. Sumo wrestlers. Planets. Okay. That big, happy planet moved into Capricorn, or it's just about to. Now, when Jupiter moves into a sign, so when Jupiter, it makes that sign sort of doing things that are associated with that sign kind of happy and lucky. If you have that sign in your chart, it sort of lights that part up for you. Jupiter in Capricorn is going to be very good for Capricorns so it will make people perceive them as, and I mean this lovingly to all my Capricorn friends, less annoying and more kind of useful and attractive. I love Capricorns. It's the most misunderstood astrological sign because they come across sometimes they can come across very kind of reserved, satis conscious, or have a need to be in control on the outside. Underneath, they are dancing around in plaid undershorts wearing like moose antlers in their head. I mean, in a metaphysical and interior way. Anyway, so if you like astrology at all, you can go look your sign up, go look your chart up and see where Capricorn falls in your chart, because wherever that is, that's going to be what lights up and is an area where you have very good luck. And hopefully one that doesn't involve toddlers. The other thing that happened, we had a nice new moon recently. A new moon is a good time for starting things. I've been recommending this wonderful woman, Sarah Prout, has something called the Ancient Manifesting Ritual. And she sells it online. Her name is Sarah, Prout. And what she does is you just get these exercises and you do them. I mean, not like this kind, because I wouldn't be talking about it because I don't do that. But you print out this really cool sort of series of exercises to have you look at yourself and what you really want as opposed to what you think you should want or what your parents want. And it's a very useful thing. So I just started doing mine. I realized I wanted to be a lion tamer. My school didn't offer a degree in that. But it's actually, seriously, it's a cool thing to do. And I know we haven't even had the holidays yet, but I like to prepare for New Year's way in advance because 2020 is going to be a really good year. I just have that feeling. And, I'm good at feelings. And you're good at other things. We're going to have our first caller. I don't know if you guys can hear me. And next time you see me, I'm going to be in small claims court with this child. And the answer is yes, I do have a backup pair. This is both of them. Drink like unadulterated gin here. Anyway, I hope you guys all had a great week. And I'm hoping we have a first caller. Dave. Talk to me, Dave. Oh, I love the name Crystal. Hi, Crystal. Can you hear me?
Hi, I can. How are you?
I'm great. Crystal, could you do this for me so I can just concentrate on you? This thing is messed up. Anyway, nice to hear your voice. And interesting. Tell me your birthday first. You have what? You just sighed. What was that? It's okay. You don't have to tell me the date. I just asked people to tell me their birthday so I can tune in on them. So just the day and month.
February 29th.
Hello, fellow Pisces. Oh, you're a leap year baby. That's so cool. Wow, that's some magic.
Yes.
It's been
very interesting all of my life.
What's that?
It's been very interesting for me all of my life.
In what way? It must make you feel special.
It's made me very empathic, I believe.
That's certainly what I'm getting. The other thing I'm getting with you is that it also made you strong. So, because if you grew up and still are as empathic as you are, it makes you strong because you have to be, otherwise you'd crumble into dust. It feels to me, maybe I'm projecting, that a lot of my Pisces friends went through breakups in the last couple of weeks. Would that be what's going on with you?
No, not at all. Not with relationships, but with like past problems. I've finally decided to let go of things and move forward. Yes, I think that's what you're probably sensing.
I think I am, because that's exactly what I was writing about today, and thinking a lot about today, and working with clients. And I'd love to work with you because you're amazing in that you're willing to let stuff go. And I work with people and I'll say, would you rather be right in this situation or would you rather be happy? And because people really identify with their problems and you don't. And the last couple of weeks, I've also been looking at old behaviors or old ways of being. And I think you're going through this exactly. And when that old behavior or way of being comes up, I can kind of sense it and say, you know what? I'm not going through door number 1 anymore. I'm choosing door number 2 here. Are you finding that out? Are you finding that you're not engaging with other people's toxic narratives, that you're making better choices for self-care? Are you
Right, that's exactly, yes, you're correct. And it's enlightened me quite definitely, and it's made a huge difference in my daily being and everything, and how I feel, everything.
Well, you're very present wherever you are right now. I mean, at work, or if you're, doing something creative at home, you're not being taken hostage by woulda, shoulda, coulda. You're being before, if you were someplace, half of you wouldn't be there because your anxiety would have taken you out of the room, essentially. And there's a really beautiful thing about not letting anxiety yank you out of your being in the moment. It's a beautiful thing when you can just be at work pouring a cup of tea, and that's what you're doing. You're at work pouring a cup of tea. Or it also feels to me like you've discovered either a spiritual practice or a form of meditation that really works for you. Is that the case?
That's very, 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 very true. That's my question for you. Is I'm also discovering that I have some psychic abilities that I'm unsure about, and I kind of want to know where to go from here.
All right. Let's see what kind of psychic ability you have. I've never done this in the show before. And this is not about me, although it's kind of fun. But off the top of your head, do not think without pausing. Tell me, say 3 words, tune into my energy. Say 3 words about me or something that's going on in my life. Hit it.
I'm seeing purple.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just seeing light and happy.
That's very good. And thank you. That's very good. I work a lot with, aside from just sheer prayer, I like to work with some saints and ascended masters. I work a lot with Archangel Raphael, whose color is purple. And you're picking up, I do an angelic meditation before the show. So you're very good. Now, somebody who's, for me, I think you're a clairvoyant and an empath. And I also, there's a little bit of shamanism in there. I'm going to recommend a book right now. It's not actually about magic. It's sort of about, it's called Practical Magic. It's not a fiction book. It was way before that. And what it is just how to get into certain states that will, and then shield yourself, and then do a deep listening to yourself and to other people. That's the kind of, you're a psychic who, by shamanistic, I mean that you have a connection to the physical earth. By clairvoyant, I mean that you get information, you see information. An empath and clairsentient are sort of the same thing. You just feel stuff in your body. Those are good places to start. My name is Peri Lyons, P-E-R-I, and then Lyons, L-Y-O-N-S. Drop me a line on my Facebook page, and I'll recommend a couple of books and give you a couple minutes of direction. That's something you should start studying. Don't quit your day job yet, but when it's time, I think you'll be a part of the community, somebody in the community we really, really value. Does that work for you?
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I appreciate everything, and thank you so much for your time.
Oh, Such a pleasure. And please do get in touch. You have a real gift. And if you've ever seen the show before, you know, I don't fib. Unless you ask me.
Absolutely. No, I've been watching for a little bit.
Oh, thank you. I'll send you a check. All right. Thanks, love. Okay, now we have,
Take care.
that was wonderful. What a great session. Now we have Jane from Kent in England. Are you in Canterbury? I love Kent. Darling, are you there? Jane?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello there.
Hello there. I used to date a lot of men from Kent, and it would just drive me crazy because they'd spend the first part of the date explaining the difference between a Kentish man or a man of Kent. And then I'd have to hit them. How are you today?
I'm not sure.
Good. I'm glad you called then. I feel you're worried about something slightly physical that might be affecting your self-esteem. But first of all, tell me your birthday. What day is it?
Sorry?
I'm sorry. Oh, look. These are almost ready. Tell me what day your birthday is. That's how I connect with you and jump into you.
Oh, 28th of August.
I'm sorry, what? The what? I'm sorry, what is it, love?
Sorry? 28th of August.
Okay.
28th.
Good to know. Have you, I'm very glad you called. Have you, and now we can use these. Woohoo! Oh, August 28th. God, that's really interesting. Hold on 1 second. I'm just fixing the, stand by, folks. And look at my, what I just did was, hooray! These puppies are brand new. Okay. There. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good thing, too. 28th of August. That's, people born in that day are so good, but sometimes they work so hard to make everybody else feel good and take care of everybody else that they lose track of who they are. Anyway, so what's your question, my angel?
About my love life.
Oh, God, me too. Do you go to any kind of class or, do you go to like a folk dancing class or some sort of thing where you're out and about with people? I'm not sure going down to the pub really counts. But do you do anything like that right now?
No.
Okay, I would start doing that. Any kind of class you take. Are you a good gardener? Or do you enjoy it?
Gardening.
If you want to take a garden, that's your job? I rock. Okay. Is this about somebody you have your eye on? Or just you want to know if you're going to meet somebody?
Well, I have had someone in my life, but I'm not sure if he's coming back or not.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I think he is. I don't think he is until January or maybe late December. Did he kind of get a crush on somebody? Or did he just choose?
Him, I don't know.
Can I ask you kind of a personal question? Does he have a drinking problem?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not 100%. He's never tried one with me.
Can we just? I'm just gonna tell you. He's an alcoholic, and it's progressive disease. Doesn't get better. It's a physical disease that makes that affects the emotions. So when he's sober, he's a really, really nice guy. When he's had a few, he is kind of abusive and puts you down. I'm not physically abusive. You wouldn't stand for that. But he's just kind of mean. And I think what's happened is not that he's left you for somebody else. I think he's left you because he wants to be sort of left alone to drink, if that makes sense. I also think that he's just realized either today or he might do it tomorrow that was the worst damn mistake of his life, was breaking up with you. Nobody has ever taken care of him, loved him, seen him, or been kinder to him than you, and you have great physical connection. And I mean, look at those eyes. You're so pretty. And that little nose. You had a cute little nose. This is me seeing you psychically, but I'm absolutely you know I'm right? So I think you'll probably get very lonely around the holidays, but it's not so much about him being lonely as it is about him realizing that, damn, there's nobody better than you. Did you guys have really good laughs together?
Sometimes, yes.
Sometimes. Well, I'm going through a similar thing. I'm not sure I'm going to take him back, but I've noticed that when I'm not kind of like, oh, I know, I hope things work out. When I'm like, hey, good to see you. Well, I can't remember your name, but it's nice to see you. And, I'd love to talk, but I'm taking a scuba diving class. The best way to, quote, get somebody back is to get yourself back. And that's what I'm looking at with you. That's why I'm saying, I want you to have you have a lot of talents. I want you to do something that you just enjoy. And you're so much fun to be around. Girl, I'm calling you next time I'm in Canterbury. If you listen to that laugh, that is the laugh of a woman who is fun to be around. I would totally be mates with you. Next time I'm in England, I'm taking you for a beer. Because also you'll do, at first, I was going to say you'll do anything. But then at first you'd be like, oh, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. Oh, okay. I mean, if it's like Skittles or swimming or bowling or whatever. And then your mates will be, look at her. She's on fire. So, 4 words, get out of the house. 5 words. I'm a Pisces. We don't count. Well, we do count. But so also there's somebody lurking in the distance who has kind of a crush on you, baby. And yeah. Where's your local?
Sorry?
Is there someplace? Do you have a local, or you tell I lived in England for a long time? Do you have a local, or is there someplace, some restaurant or some pub you go to occasionally? There's somebody at one of those places who. What?
No, I don't go out. I don't go out.
Okay. What are we going to do after we hang up the phone today? We're going to go out. Okay, we're not going to go out because it's like 2 a.m. there, but I'm going to make you write me at Perry Line. I'm not kidding either. And tell me that you went out. The best thing I did after my breakup, which was my idea 2 weeks ago, was I was feeling really sorry for myself. Not that you do that, and I was like, oh, woe is me, And I'm like, oh, I'm going to put an end to it all. And then some inner voice in me said, no, you're not. You're going to go hit a piano bar. So I'm in Maryland right now. And when that voice that said, I can't go out, I'm too sad, I'm not thin enough, I'm not 23, nobody will like me. The other voice said, oh, shut up. And so I went out, I called a girlfriend and said, just come keep me company because God knows you can't sing. And but I paid for dinner. I just went and sat in and sang a couple songs. It's good to go outside. So I want you to either go out with your girlfriends and do something productive. I want you to take a class
because I think you're going to meet somebody else. And when this guy comes around, as he will, January 15th at the latest, you're going to be like, yeah, I'll see you again. But I don't think exclusively, because I'm having a good time. So the best way to get somebody back is to get yourself back. And Jane is my favorite name in the world. So how do you feel about that? Do you feel good?
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Great.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you've actually outgrown him. Really, I do. I think you've outgrown him. And, we miss them because they're fun to have. They have certain uses. Oh, you people have such dirty ones. I meant putting up shelves, people. But I think there's somebody coming along in 2020 who's really fun for you. And I think more your type. All right, my love. Thank you. Keep in touch. And if I don't...
Thank you very much.
Sure, and if I don't psychically sense that you're like taking a folk dance class or learning to scuba dive, I'm going to come to your house and knock on your door, okay? I love England. Any excuse to go there. All right?
Thank you.
All right, Jane. Huge hug. Talk to you soon. Come back. Have some kittens. Excuse me. We're here Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But what we also are is always here for you. So come back. I have a 97% accuracy rate. About you guys, about me, not so much. And just have a wonderful week filled with...
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for Divine Guidance with Angel Tuzignan. Live from CrystalClear101.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Divine Guidance
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Divine Guidance with Angel. So just in case you do lose me tonight, I just noticed on the intro that I'm having a little lagging on my end on the internet. So please hold tight. Dave will get me back as soon as he can. All right. So you can get a hold of me at crystalclear101.com, or you can get a hold of me at Cosmic Earth Angel at outlook.com, or just tag me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Switch. Follow me on LinkedIn. I'm on a lot of those sites. So just Google me in, get in touch with me. So this week, I've had a lot of phone calls and messages regarding grief. Well, I guess the universe is telling me what I should be talking about. So the thing with grieving, okay, that's a loaded question because there's so many types for grief. We can have a loved one that we've lost. We can lose an important item that was given to somebody that we loved or a family member. It can be a divorce. It can be a family pet, and so on and so on. So on. Depression is also a type of grief or a loss of oneself. Health issues are also stuff that we can be grieving over. So just know that there's many different types. Everything in the world is a yin and a yang, and with happiness comes grief, comes loss. With finding comes losing. It's a balance, okay? And there's no right or wrong way to grieve. There's no set time to grieve. Just know that I'll use an example. If you lose a loved one, just know that there's more than one person in the family that's also lost a loved one. And everybody grieves at different stages. So don't hold things or grudges against them at different levels, okay? It's the same thing with diseases and health issues. If one person in the family is, say, diagnosed with cancer, and the next, like your partner, is reacting differently than you are regarding the diagnosis, just realize that you're both grieving just at different levels, but you're grieving different things, all right? Just, it's compassion and understanding when you deal with the loss, okay? When we get into the holidays, these are the toughest times for a lot of people, and a lot of people grieve, and a lot of people get depressed. But the best part about the Christmas holidays is it's a time for miracles in all shapes and sizes. Christmas is about reflection on the past year, the good and the bad, changing what we wish to do and doing for others unconditionally. Like everybody, I don't know how to put it other than Christmas, in my opinion, has become materialistic. It's about what size of gift and how much you spent. And to me, the true meaning of Christmas has been lost because it's about unconditional love. It's about doing for others and not expecting anything back. So people at Christmas are lonely. They don't have any family. Their friends are all gone to their sides of the family. So show some kindness and show some generosity and go in a direction of just making a phone call, saying Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, or showing up on somebody's doorstep that you know that's home alone at Christmas time and just sit there and visit with them. It goes a long way because you're gifting from your heart, from your soul, and you will feel better and it'll be easier to get the Christmas joy coming in because you go from the heart, which basically comes into the card for everybody that's watching, which is sacred self, okay? And that's expressing your gifts. That's dancing. That's doing unto others as you wish done unto you. Spreading the joy. I mean, to you, you may take for granted that you have a roof over your head and this big Christmas meal on your kitchen table at holidays. But there's some people who don't have that, who are on the streets, who have nothing. And just having a meal delivered to them is a miracle for them. It doesn't seem like it to us, but to them, that's a miracle because they didn't have it. They haven't had it. It's a grief. It's a loss for them. And for somebody to unconditionally go and deliver this and spend time with them and wish them happy holidays or a Merry Christmas just makes their world so much happier. All right. So just tag me, text me, email me. Tell me what you love to do for your Christmas holidays and what do you do to lift your Christmas spirit show. All right, so I see we have our caller, Roman in Montreal.
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
Okay, I'm actually doing quite good, and I was just in Montreal over September that night. I already miss it. So I would love to see what the Christmas lights are over there. Because you guys celebrate with all the good food, the potato pie, the sugar
People
pie.
are starting to lighten up and everything.
So do you
Can you just give me a second? I'm also working at the moment. Just going to advise my customer.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Can you hear me? Okay. So let's just keep talking about the grieving and the Christmas joy and the decorating until she's able to come back. So, like I was saying, text me, email me, let me know what you do. I love hearing Christmas stories and I love hearing the miracles that happen on Christmas Day and Christmas Eve. The things that we do for other people and things that other people do for us always brings joy. When we're not doing unto others, we seem to lose a part of ourselves and we seem to get lower in our energy, which then opens us up to be getting sick. So whether it's a cold, whether it's a flu, we just attract it. If we can keep our energy and our spirits up, we are way healthier in the long run. So everyone, just give from your heart. Don't worry about the money. Don't worry about the big gifts. Worry about the memories, the good memories, the laughing, the giggling.
Angel, can you hear me? I'm back.
Hi. Okay. So I have your card. I will just kind of put it up here. And you've got the heart awakening. So that tells me that your giving and receiving is in balance. Okay. Your of self-love. Does that make sense for you?
Sorry?
Does that make sense to you?
You're cutting off. I can't hear you. Oh, I finally have my customer. Just one moment, please. I apologize.
Okay. Okay. Am I cutting out? Can everybody hear me? Okay. So I'm just going to keep going. She can catch up by watching. So that's more her accepting her divine self. That's her giving a balance in the giving and receiving areas. She is a woman, when I'm picking up on the energy, she is a woman who does a lot for others and puts herself on hold. So knowing this, she needs to start balancing. All right. So this will give her the opportunity to look within and look at what she can change to manage herself in the giving and receiving end so that it's a little more balanced. She's pretty good at it, but it is the holiday season and she's more in the giving than the receiving at the moment. So she'll have to do a little bit of work. I'm just getting kind of a download here. I gotta get a little clarity on it. Okay. Oh, I wish she was on and she could answer. Oh, okay. I'm getting more in the aspect that she's going to have a lot of changes coming in 2020 in the area of finances and family. So when you get to see this video, if you still need to get a hold of me, you can just email me at cosmicearthangel@outlook.com, or you can go to my Facebook page, which is Crystal Clear 101 Holistic Healing and Products, and you can message me in depth on it. Considering the time and the clock that we have, I'm just going to move on to my next caller, who is Jenny in Houston.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Am I cutting out? Can you hear me okay?
I could hear you. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I've got your card, which is the call to action card. Okay. So this is a take charge and lead by example. So it's a walk the talk type of card. This tells me that you've had I'd say a colorful life, but you've had a lot of life experience, and you can help a lot of people because you're able to walk the talk because you've been there, done that. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Okay. Is there anything in particular, or
I would like to know about working.
Okay. Well, there's definitely something in the pipeline. If you're not working right now, there is an opportunity coming. If you are working at the moment, you have an opportunity to move up, if that makes sense to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have you been thinking? They're showing me books, so that can be either you're thinking of going back to school, or the job position that you're going to be dealing with a lot of paperwork. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
It does, okay. You're giggling, so I must be kind of dead on.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Now, are you considering moving?
I just moved. Yes, ma'am.
You just moved from an apartment to a house. They're showing me that it's sort of like you have less chores to do.
Okay. I'm moving from an apartment to a house. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So that means you'll have more chores to do. You'll have lawn care. Okay. In the front of your house, you need to plant some roses. And it's almost like they're showing me that there needs to be a rose, if that's possible.
Okay, yes,
ma'am. Okay. So does the front do you kind of have the walkway up and then there's kind of pillars with the veranda before you enter the house.
Uh-huh. I haven't moved yet. We've been looking.
Okay. So this house that I'm seeing has the 2 pillars with a veranda in front of the door. And there in the front, you can put flower beds. And you should have a rose bush on either side of the stairway going up. Okay. And then they're showing me that you need to put colorful flowers in there. All right.
Okay.
And go with what feel like the other flowers, go what feels good. All right. Now, rose bush kind of is a plant that absorbs the negative ley lines. And so any plant that has thorns is really good for that. Okay. So keep that in mind because I see that coming for you. And this place is going to be closer for you to travel to and from work.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. So don't give up because it is coming. Okay. Now that financial problem that you guys have been wondering about, it's going to work itself out. They're showing me it's just you just need is going to fall right into place and everything's just going to be like a domino effect. And come 2020, it's going to be like your life just exploded and you're going to be starting a new job. You're going to be moving. It's going to be just one snowball after another and you're going to be like, but that's okay because you've had this in the vortex for a while and it's all going to just kind of flow together for you. Are you married?
No, ma'am.
Well, you're going to be soon. They're showing me a commitment. So whether it's actually in a church or in front of whomever to say I do, or there will be a commitment where you're living together, but there is going to be a solid consistency for you in that area of your life. Do you have a boyfriend right now?
Yes, ma'am. Well, it's kind of like the beginning of a boyfriend.
Kind of. Okay, so is he kind of like 5'8", 5'9", and he has silvery hair?
I haven't met him in person. I worked with him, but I haven't been on a date with him. But we've had a lot of communication on the phone.
Okay, so this is what they're showing me. So he's going to be around 5'8", 5'9", with silvery hair. And this is going to be the guy that will be coming into your life that you're going to kind of have a commitment with. Okay, you just need to kind of honed in, grounded, meditate, and picturing what is it that you truly want. Okay, because they're kind of showing me in an aspect of you have a lot of things out in the universe, the vortex, whatever you wish to call it, that you've asked for, and they're kind of wanting to know, what do you want them to hone in on? What do you truly want? Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
That goes the same with work. You've got to get a little more specific in the area. It's coming. They show me. They're not going into the in-depth of what it is. So you need to get a little more centered on what is it that you truly, truly want. Okay? Now, did somebody in your family hurt their lower back? Lower back, kind of right hip?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
My mother.
Did she have a fall?
It's been a while, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well.
Oh, my grandmother, she just fell. That's who it is. My grandmother, she just fell and got a shiner on her eye.
I was going to say, well, she may want to go back to the that long, like the pain is really strong. So if this would be then your grandmother, and have they x-rayed her hip? Did they find a hairline crack?
No, ma'am.
Oh, I'd love to say to go back for a second opinion, because I'm feeling the pain in my hip, but they're also showing me like a crack. So if it didn't show up in the crack, which is why she's in so much pain, and she's going to have one nasty bruise, because she also got her tailbone pretty good when she went down. Now, does she?
Yes, ma'am.
Does she have heart issues?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, that's almost making me feel like she had the heart issue is what created her to have the fall.
Okay.
Yeah, I would keep an eye on her. Is she in a home or is she by herself?
She's by herself, but my aunt goes and checks on her all the time.
Yeah, I think they may want to start looking that she may need a little more help, especially right now with her hip. She's going to need help in getting her chores done, her laundry, her dishes, her meals, because it is like, I only feel a percentage of,
yes, ma'am,
and I am in pain. Okay, like it is shooting up. It's coming up, like the pain is coming up under my right eye. Like it's just shooting right up the right side of me, and it's kind of coming in and around the front. So that's telling me that she's in a lot of pain. So you guys may want to check in on her a little more and give her a little more help. Now,
yes, ma'am.
Is your grandfather on the other side?
Yes, ma'am.
So your grandfather on the other side?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
okay.
He is.
Yeah, he's kind of he's a chatter. He loves to talk.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So he's like giving me a list of to tell you guys that you need to do for grandma. So it's basically like he can see what she needs done, and he's very concerned, loves her to the moon and back, if that makes sense. He's telling me to say I love her to the moon and back. So as long as that makes sense to her, to you, and he wants her to have more care. Like she needs more help. And he's very like on it, because this isn't the first time. She's had a few little incidents that she's never really told you guys about. Okay? So now he does she have stairs in her house? Because he's making me feel like she almost fell down the stairs.
She used to. Well, she has like a couple steps in her front yard, to come out of her back door and to come in her front door. So yes.
He's making me feel like she almost fell down the stairs. That she became very lightheaded, and that she almost went like fell down. So he's really, really, really okay. And as for you, my girl, do you have, he's making me feel like you have high blood pressure. Does that make sense for you?
Yes.
It does?
Yes,
okay. So he can see everything, and he needs you to take care of that. It's not something that you can push off. because that will lead to heart issues, and he's making me feel like the heart issues run in the family.
Yes, ma'am.
Family.
That's yes.
Homicide. Does that make sense? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, who has the trouble breathing? Because right now my chest is just closing up, so it's almost like emphysema, asthma. It's trouble breathing. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, my dad.
Your dad. Yeah, he needs to get that checked out. Okay? Because I know I'm not a doctor, but it's making me almost feel like it's a bronchitis more than a pneumonia, but it can turn into pneumonia. So he needs to get that, especially the cough, checked out. Okay?
Okay.
So do you have any other questions? Because I nailed you with
no,
a lot of
ma'am,
stuff.
that is great. You answered a lot. Thank you so much. God bless
Big hug
you.
for me. Yeah, you give Grandma a great big hug from Grandpa for me, because he wants me to just give a great big hug, and make sure to tell her he loves her from the moon and to the moon and back. I have to say that right.
Yes, ma'am.
He loves her to the moon and back. Okay. So just pass that on to her. All right, and then you guys maybe might have to do a little planning on how you guys can give her a little more help.
A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Persian Medium I Am Power with Fia Johan. Fia Johan, live from PersianMedium.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Persian Medium I Am Power
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Jack Canfield, your host for Hollywood Live. My next guest, Fia Johansson, is an amazing person. She is speaks 5 languages, which I find very impressive. She's emigrated to several countries, has a psychology degree from the University of Stockholm in Sweden. She is a hypnotherapist, clinical hypnotherapist and healer, and God knows probably other things I don't even know about. So I just want to welcome you to the show.
Thank you, Jack.
Much.
I'm so
Pleasure to
thankful.
have you here. So tell us a little bit about your background and the work that you do.
Yes, my name is Fia Johansson, as you said, and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist and hijack the subconscious mind, or basically I say that subconscious mind surgeon.
I love that, subconscious brain surgeon.
Yes, exactly. And also I'm helping police officers and private investigators, law enforcement, to finding missing people, helping them with the murder cases and individual cases that come to me from people. Mm-hmm. So all my life, I find my purpose to helping others. And it was easy. I mean, as long as I know I exist, I have to help others. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't matter how. And the funny part, they found me. I never go after anybody. They found me, they asked me, and I'm helping them as much as I can.
That's beautiful. Now, when did you realize you were psychic?
I was 7.5. So a friend of mine was in my house, and they wanted back home, they want to go home, and I just said, no, please don't go. And my grandma says they had to. I says, no, please, because I feel in sense that if your guy's going, then there is going to be a car crash. So they both kind of like, just come on, stop it. It's nothing going to happen. Just she just want to let the friend stay. So my mom was like, okay, just go to your room, have fun, nothing is going to happen. 2 hours later, they phoned us and says, well, unfortunately, they had a car crash. Nothing bad had happened to them, but they had a car crash and they was in the hospital. So from there, my mom said, gosh, I should be scared. I was like, wow, I don't even know why I even said that, and why when I said that, things happened. And I never been normal, like as a child. I always could feel, sense. I always been afraid of dark. I always felt that when I'm actually in the dark, or actually in the dark room, I felt the heat, connection, kind of sense of somebody touching or trying to communicate with me in a very proper way, but in a way that if I could actually tell everybody could say, you're crazy, you're getting crazy. Oh my God, take this lady to the doctor, or little girl to the doctor. But then later on, when I was at the age of 14, I started to realize that, I may be an empath. Mm-hmm. Or maybe why, when every single person actually dying, people communicating with me after they are dying. So what's wrong with me? What's wrong with them? So then I studied about medium and mediumship. And then I moved from my country to Stockholm. And let's just say about that stories. Well, my career started from there. It was October 6, 1999. It was almost minus 30 degrees, super cold. And it was just about 2 weeks that I moved from my country to Stockholm. I couldn't speak English. I couldn't speak Swedish. I just could speak Persian and a little of Italian. I went to the grocery store and I saw somebody is just running behind and with the gun in hand. I was like, is it correct? That was the gun? What was it? So I saw that all of a sudden shooting, and also the police officers and a lot of people get into the stores. And as I do remember, I stopped the cops to not following and going through the place that he wanted to. And he trying to push me away. So it's like, don't stop me, I have to go. And I was like, no, don't, because he can kill you. And I don't even know how I told him that he could understood what I meant by don't, you're gonna be killed. I stopped him, so I hold him like that. I do remember that. I was like little, tiny, just was cold, but I felt like I have to stop him. However, my career started from there. They understood that if I couldn't really realize and replace that person that was behind the wall, then the officer could be killed very easily in the head. Mm-hmm. So from there, they asked me a question, how you stopped the officer? How did you know that this guy was hiding behind the door and the wall? And I told them, well, that was my life and my stories and everything. So then they said, you know what? We need you. and you should just be part of us. I was just 14. I was just like a teenager.
13.
Yeah, and they've been super excited. They've been amazed by everything that I did so far for them, and I started working with them until I moved to America. So I'm still working with them on the phone. So if they have cases, they're calling me, they're telling me. And there's a lot of clients of mine that they're calling me from everywhere, from Australia, London, Canada, whatever. And that's why I developed the Avid Advice platform for myself to let people talk to me and communicate with me about their problems. But right now, my most amazing, better say, gift that I have is about finding missing people, helping officers and investigators to solving their cases.
Fascinating, fascinating. I'm curious, most people, if you were to survey the average American, would say they don't believe in psychics, they don't believe in mediums. When you were growing up, was that an issue for you?
As I said, mine was always word of mouth. So I mean, every single person who actually came to me first, they've been non-believer until they see something with their own eyes. Mostly, as you know, like officers, private investigators, they are not really logical. They're kind of more logical, not biological.
Right.
And when a psychic or medium telling them don't do, it's kind of hard for them to accept from the begin until actually they know that, oh, she knows what she's talking about. So for me, it was hard until they start to believe in, oh, she does. 2 years ago, I found the missing pilot, the black box of the missing pilot. Coast Guard communicated with me and says, like, we are looking for that missing pilot, and the instructor, can you help us? I said, you are guys close by to the ocean, and it's just not the right place because I can hear what he's telling me exactly where he is right now. And they said, what we should do now is to send a helicopter and I will guide you guys where to go. And we found the black box, and LAPD confirmed that, Coast Guard confirmed that was from the same flight. And I was in NBC News, and then after that, people just starting to call, communicate more, so that's why I developed Avid Advice, for them to communicate more then, yeah.
Sophia, your success has obviously been amazing. You've been on television, you're solving problems for everybody, including law enforcement, and doing what would often be considered miraculous things. What do you attribute your amazing success to?
Believe in myself, believe in my abilities, knowing my market. I always telling to everyone, because I am helping people to develop their businesses as well. It doesn't matter what type of businesses, but helping them how to create. So I always tell everybody, just look into what market wants from you. Don't say what market can bring to me, because market would never bring anything to you until you bring quality to market. My only word to every single business entrepreneur, woman business entrepreneur, is about believe in yourself, always quality bring always quantity, remember that. And look around and see exactly what you need, what your market need, and also get in tune with your soul and see who are you, how are you, and if you are okay. Because if you do not have control over your life, then you do not have over control over your business, then over your life and over everything. So stay away from negative people, from negativities, and just be yourself in every single moment and areas of your life.
Now, you may have just answered the next question I was going to ask you, which is, looking back from where you sit now, very successful, very confident. When you were looking back, let's say at the 20-year-old Fia, what would you have told her? Anything different than what you just said?
Never be afraid.
Never be afraid.
To show off.
To show off?
Yes. Because I was afraid always to show off, because when I left my country, I was just a teenager, and I've been together with a lot of Swedish, people, and I do remember the first time when I want to connect with them, they've been kind of super cold. It takes time for them to just accept them or accept you in their group. So I always trying to hold myself back and then trying to let them to moving forward. then I felt like, why I'm doing this? I'm a proud, beautiful young lady. Did I do everything by myself? I'm helping 1 million of people right now, and I do a fantastic job with a lot of law enforcement officers. And why I'm trying to hold myself back and not speaking to them, or just letting them to, take an action towards to whatever they are asking me or doing. You know what? It's time. Get up now. Just hold yourself up and just say, hello, this is me, Fia Johansson. So, and yeah, if I was just show off more and then could say that, you know what, good job, go for it. Never be afraid of talking, never be afraid of communicating with people, never be afraid of showing who you are as a person. Just be yourself in every single matter of your life. Whatever happened, wherever you are, whomever you are, and wherever you are end up with, you have to just be yourself.
Beautiful, beautiful. So if people want to reach you and take advantage of your talents, your skills, your gifts, where do they go? How do they find you?
There's a couple ways, but the easiest way is if they can go to PersianMedium.com and AvidAwakening.com, and they can reach my platform, which is AvidAdvice.com. So, and then they sign up and they call and chat from there. Sometimes they send me an email, because I'm receiving 1 million emails. My assistant says, oh my God, Fiona, they want to prioritize this and prioritize that. But I will definitely get in with people when they call through Avid Advice, because that's the only way that I can communicate and connect with people directly. Yeah.
Beautiful.
And my Instagram, by the way, I have over 1,300,000 followers.
Good for you.
Which is, I'm happy. And every time when I'm actually having 60-second videos, I see, okay, 3 million views. Oh, thank you, God. So I'm happy that I'm helping them. I'm happy to make them to feel happy. I'm happy to make them and feel them happy.
Beautiful. Well, thank you, Fia.
Thank you so much.
You being on the show today. And for all of you, check out her website. She can help you with a lot of different things. So stick around, though. We have one more guest today. So see you in a couple of minutes.
Back to Times Square today. I am your host, Greg Roulette, and I am very excited for our next guest because she is known as the Persian Medium, the subconscious mind surgeon. She's a motivational speaker, clinical hypnotherapist, and celebrity psychic medium. This is going to be a fascinating conversation with my good friend, Fia Johansson. Fia, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
I am so excited to talk about what you've been up to because you've been getting some major attention lately, some amazing work with law enforcement. You've recently been featured in Forbes, Wall Street. Like, what's going on? Like, let's just start there. What's been happening with you?
Yeah, I'm shocked too, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm honored to be featured on Forbes magazine and also co-authoring with Jack and Phil. And at the same time, I find my purpose. Yeah. And my purpose was about to help others. And I started my career with law enforcement when I was at the age of 17. And I started in Stockholm. And when I came to US, I feel that I have to do the same because I do have a gift. I could help people, 1 million of them worldwide. Yeah. And why not? They need me and I need them to make them to feel good, relief. And then every families who reached out to me because of their missing persons, because of a lot of other individual cases, the most important part was if I can bring any relief and any happiness to them.
Yeah.
which for me was a blessing when I could feel that I could at least actually give them some closure for their thought, their emotional feelings, and then, connection with themselves again.
Exactly. Yeah, families, we need a lot of that right here, right now, today. Why do you think this is all happening now, right? Was it a certain case? Was it just you saying, I need to break? Like, why is all this attention coming your way now? The books, the media, the new business, like, why now?
I've always been around media. But this time, because of a couple of cases that I can't mention because of the security reason, I've been very known, and those cases been kind of huge cases, and Forbes got attention. That was a blessing. Yeah. And that was the feeling actually that I had. And then they reached out, they want to feature me, and then after that everything. And I'm actually going to be featured on Wall Street Journal in July.
Wow.
So I had a interview with iHeartRadio today. They reached out after they saw Forbes, and it was amazing. People ask me, are you just finding missing people? Or are you kind of like just working with the law enforcement? No, I don't. I actually work with individual cases with people, like when people wants to talk to me and communicate with me, ask me about anything and everything. Yeah. It could be their love life, it could be their investments, it could be any other type of the cases, like as a business entrepreneur that they do have. So that's what I do, actually help them out.
So when does someone seek out a medium? At what point in their journey, whether it's for a missing person, for a loved one, for like their own life, when do they seek you out? Are you the last resort to help give me closure to the case, or are people starting to really see the value in bringing you into a case early?
Definitely when all the cases are starting, so they know already about like what's going on around that case. But sometimes it's very hard to put all the puzzles together to find that specific person or that specific crimes. So that's why, especially cold cases, so that's why when I came in the middle, I'm receiving those messages, I'm connecting, and at the same time, I help them to put more puzzles together and more communication with people, and that would make them to succeed faster.
Now, is this something that law enforcement has been using for forever? Is this something new to them?
It's not something new. CIA actually used psychics for so many years, and also other law enforcement also using psychic. Google using psychics, and but it's not every person. So you have to have a talent, you have to have a gift, and they are not a joke. If you are not deliver, if you are just pretending or acting, nothing good is going to happen. So you have to have the gift, you have to have a talent, and they want to see the proof and test. Yeah. And believe me or not, I think and I believe so strongly, law enforcement, they do have some psychic abilities by themselves, because they knew what's going on, but they're not really believing in their inner voice or their thought and subconscious until they get in connect, example, with me, and I'm just like, well, you already found it, but you pass it down. Why? Because you doubted about it. So we do all have. We are based on energies. We pick up energies. We're receiving energies, but we have to listen and we have to connect with that energies.
What do you think it is that makes you unique? Like, why do they bring you in for these cases?
Because I'm stubborn, and because I'm telling law enforcement what to do and not to do. And if they are not listening, I'm getting out from the room. And they know me. People who actually worked with me in the past, they know I'm real and I'm serious. People who may just shaking hand with me just because of other sources that have been interviewed or introduced by. So then they kind of like, it takes time for them, maybe about 24 hours or 48 hours to get to know me. After that, they would say, well, whatever you says, yes, we do.
I love that. And the stubbornness is taking you to really good places right now. I love it. Where do you want this to go? Like, so the writing the books, the getting the attention, working with law enforcement, working with, like, where do you see yourself growing this?
I have no roof. There's no roof for me. And as long as I can help other people, that's exactly what life is. I mean, I think I do have a gift just because of one purpose. Just be there for people and let people bring love and happiness to you. And as long as I know and I feel and I breathe, I would love to help as many as I can. So people who want to talk to me about their personal issues, because I'm a clinical hypnotherapist too, so I'm removing addiction, any type of addictions with hypno. Yeah. I'm also actually having master degrees, psychologist master degrees from actually University of Stockholm. So basically, I can do a lot for people as far as I did all my life. Like at the age of 7.5 when I found about my abilities.
Yeah.
From that time until now, everything is just rock for me.
I love that. Now, this is a fun question we ask everybody on the show. If you could go back in time, right? So whether this is you just starting your business, maybe it was when you were young and you found out these abilities, if you could give yourself a piece of advice, knowing now what you know and where this is taking you, what would you tell yourself?
Be your own leader. Lead yourself and always be yourself. Never try to pretend to be somebody. Never try to change yourself just because someone or somebody or some country wanted you to be. Bring your unique personality, tap into your talent and energies, and just bring inspiration to people. When we are sending love and inspiration, we are receiving the same.
Yeah.
So just be yourself, be happy, and be thankful.
I love that. Now, if someone is watching this right now, and I know they are, and they're like, I need a Persian medium in my life, I need her to help my organization, like, where can they learn more? Where do they see how you can actually help them?
I do have a platform named Avid Advice, A-V-I-D, Advice, avidadvice.com. So people can reach out through my avidadvice.com platform. I do have Instagram, Persian Medium, basically. Just type Persian Medium.
Love it.
I have over 1,200,000 followers already, so I would love to have more followers. So, and also avidawakening.com is my place in Corona Del Mar, Newport Beach.
Okay.
But right now the waiting list is about like February 23rd, 2020. But people who would love to meet me face to face, I would say go to fiona@avidawakening.com, send an email, and I will be there for you in no time.
Lots of different ways to learn more, lots of different ways to contact you. Please reach out because she can help you, whether it's getting closure or learning more or getting that insight into what you need to know. Fia, thank you so much for being a guest here.
Thank you so
today.
much. Thank you.
Definitely. And we'll be back with more from Times Square today in just a minute.
Naturally to me, I never decide for any of those messages. The only responsibility that I have is that I have to deliver the message.
What was your reading like for Persian Medium? Oh my god, I love her. So I actually had a moment with her when she was walking in. She came by our table for water, and it was just like, whew. That's how I felt. Are you gonna like come back for more? Oh yeah.
You're not even leaving. It was all kind of things I kind of knew. I felt intuitively guided. It's nice to feel her tap into those deeper places and I guess reveal hidden places that I sense and feel, but have her kind of present them.
She said, I'm going to meet a man who's going to come right to me. It's been quite a while, and if that happens, I'm going to be in huge debt to her.
This was a great reading today because it lifts my spirits. Spirits have been depressed for a while because of adverse happenings going on. I'm very pleased about that.
Well, I went to her workshop yesterday and it was awesome. Yeah, then I got her book, so I'm excited about that.
Well, this is the only reading I've done and it's the only reading I would do. And it's because I just know that.
She told me things that I already knew. And then she also told me things that I was surprised at. Like she could read me. Like things I was in denial of, she was actually reading what I was in denial of. So it was wonderful. It really was.
I didn't say a word. She just knew exactly how I felt about it.
You know, she's absolutely right. So it's kind of like you have the answers inside somewhere, and she kind of validated what I was thinking.
If you are a person that trying to, make your sense or see your sensualities in your emotion, your vision, imagination, your subconscious mind, get close to that power, then you can see, feel, and connect to the spirit.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
And now, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl with Tanya Reid. Live from AustraliaPsychicCowgirl.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Australia's Psychic Cowgirl on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Woohoo! G'day! Tanya Reid, Australia's Psychic Cowgirl, coming at you from Sunday Creek
this week. I am at home and the sun is out. It is summer here, even though we've had snow, and not necessarily snow here, but snow on the mountains that where it does get cold. And yeah, it's crazy considering, you know, we've started summer, but it's a nice warm day out there today. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, in the lead up to, we've got a new moon happening, which I think will be next week around the 12th here in Australia. We've got a lot of action happening. So we're a bit excited. We're feeding into the energy of wrapping up this year. For those that haven't already, don't forget to do a review of this year and what it's been for you and what it's meant to you. We've had lots of lessons thrown at us this year, and I know many can relate to that because in a lot of my shows and connections and the Cowgirl Tribe, where I connected with a lot of other spiritually minded psychic people that want to join the tribe, we have had that discussion where we've all felt the pull to make the change and really wrap things up before the end of this year. So if you're feeling that, know that you're not alone. There's many that are going through the same. And there still has been a little bit of an element of a challenge. For some of us, we just feel like we're treading water. And then for others, it's been a little bit of pulling back and reviewing what we need to release before the beginning of next year. So I do feel like energetically we're getting like a real nudge, and it's been a bit of more than just a push, really. It's like a shove. To go, you know what? You want to get into 2020 and really take action. It's a real powerful year for many that I see coming up, but we also need to remember to let go of what no longer serves us. So if that's you, time to let it go and move forward with things. So for a lot of you, intuitively, you're releasing things. We're letting go of relationships, careers, material things, furniture, cars, things that we just have changed our mind on. So if you're finding yourself in that situation and feeling it, don't worry, because it's just basically energetically how the energy is working at the moment. So we're all a little bit, I say we're all interconnected. So what the group or the collective tend to feel, it's that sort of ripple effect, you know, connects us all, and also how I suppose we all relate to what others are going through. So I shared on my show this morning that we're really feeling that pull now to be interconnected and to get back to communities. So just a reminder this year for many of us, or winding up of this year, is support your local businesses, support others that maybe are doing the same type of work that you're doing, and really connect and create a good vibration in your area by collectively getting together and helping each other out. And it's a really beautiful time of year to do that. I know come Christmas it is a hard time for many, the time where we all miss those that we love in spirit, and you know we do find that at times overwhelming, but always remember they are around. They're wanting you to see the signs that they give you, and believe you me, they're always giving you signs. So if you feel a bit disconnected and you're not getting the signs at the moment, take a deep breath, disconnect from the distractions, and go and just be in the moment and look for the signs. Okay? That's my reminder. So yeah, don't forget, you've got the ability to connect to those that are past the same way that I have. And, you know, your loved ones are around you. It's just about you committing to a practice and opening yourself up to connecting to spirit. And it's not hard. We just need to, you know, get rid of the distractions. So, yeah, I thought I'd share that today. All right, I'm going on to my first caller. I've got Therese in Nimbin, New South Wales, Australia.
Hello,
Yay.
How are you?
Really good, huh? How cool. I've got an Australian accent. Yay. That's
And you're
really special.
Australian?
Yeah, yep. How bizarre is that? So you could have chosen many of them on here that are from everywhere. But yes, I'm in country Victoria, so I'm south from you. You're up in Nimbin, a beautiful part of the world.
Well, at the moment it's not feeling too beautiful because they've been busy feeding fiery through the WA because the fires and so forth up here.
Yep. So how close is that to you, Therese, where the fires are?
That's where I live. It's not all that far as the crow flies. The smoke is really, really awful at the moment. Just saying that, the blessing is everyone's okay. We've been very fortunate in Yimbin that there's been no loss of life.
Yeah.
So that's the blessing there.
Yeah. It's amazing with the it really brings out all the those that join together and band together when things like this happen. And it's certainly not an easy time for anyone. And you also with the native animals and things is really it's a hard time. And I know we were caught in Black Saturday here in Victoria, so I totally get what you're talking about. It's a scary time. It's an unsettling time, and you do tend to run on adrenaline to keep going, I think. Okay. All right. I'm going to just connect for Therese. So, because our line's a little bit. It's been a little bit up and down. Also. Oh, okay. We've got a male in spirit to connect for her. So I'm just going to babble on here, and she can always listen to this as well to get a message. It's almost like there's someone stepping in for her quite strongly, and of course with things going on. Therese, I've got a male in spirit for you. I feel like he just stepped in as you dropped out there.
Oh, bless.
Yeah. So is it your father in spirit? He's very fatherly. He's very protective of you.
Protective? Probably my brother. I do have a brother and a father in spirit.
Yep. Because it's like he's stepping.
I feel more connected.
Okay, to your brother. Because you're quite spiritual, and being around Nimbin, it's such a spiritual area, so, it sort of goes without saying. But it's almost like he's stepping in to go, I'm the strong one here, and I feel like he's got the blanket around him. So it's like, I'm here to be of assistance and, connect and give you the strength to keep going forward. So very relevant. Let me see, getting a bit more information on him. So was he your only brother, or was he the brother that you had the connection with the strongest?
Yeah, I'm the eldest of 10, and he and I were most connected.
Yeah, okay, because I felt like it was kind of like you two, as in, he's very much, and has also been very thankful to you. So I feel like there's something around when he passed that, and when they come through like that, it's not just your standard things. It's like he's showing me you went above and beyond. So it's almost like I feel with him, you made sure his wishes were granted, whereas maybe others didn't have that intention, but you stood up and said, yep, and he's very grateful for that. He's like, and I feel like he's got a bit of cheekiness. Like he's like, yeah, of course she would do that for me. Yeah. And he's also showing me, because he's quite excited to connect with you. And I know, like you just said before, you connect with him, but it's like he's also around because there's some changes coming up for you. And it's like, I want to get a bit excited about opportunities and things that are presenting themselves. And I feel like you can feel this, or there's been I feel like you were already in it. So it's not, I'm not just connected with something in the future. It's like he's showing me, get excited because there's opportunity there that's going to take you. It's almost like I want to say your soul purpose is waiting. You're stepping into it. Yeah. And it's like he's got your back. It's almost like don't fear stepping up into this, because he wants to enjoy the ride with you. And it's like there's a lot of personal power around at the moment for you.
Oh, wow.
So 2020 is pretty big. And I mean, it is, for a lot of people that are stepping into their power, it is going to be a stepping forward. But I feel like for you, I'm really changing things up. So I'm really, it's like almost like as soon as you open up to this, there's going to be a ripple effect, and that will be changing up things even around, like I want to go to where I'm located. There's something around you've been tossing up with moving, or don't necessarily it's far, but I feel like there's definitely a move in the process, and it's almost like, is there something around you've been looking and haven't found what you're after, or there's a question mark around this?
Yeah, the really big question, because I really don't know where to go.
Yeah, okay. It's almost like he's there to guide you. So it's like he's your Archangel Michael, which is a real, that's the person that has your back covered all the time. And he's going to guide you. But I want to say what he's showing me is it's going to be a little bit different to what you're thinking. So when they come through like that, I want to say you might have a couple of options you're weighing up. You need to look further. There's something else that's going to come in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, when you say you're not sure.
Relationship. Sorry?
Yeah. This is more about where you're moving to. It's like I want to be open a little bit more to where I'm moving. As far as relationships go, it's out. I want to say out with the old and in with the new. So it's kind of like if things aren't getting renewed in a current relationship, then there's going to be decisions around that and there's moving forward. So I feel like for you, there's an aspect of things being sorted out or reviewed and decisions being made, but I want to say it's onward and upward for you. So we're not, and I feel like I'm on repeat, I've said this for so many readings of late, but if it's not for your highest good, it's not for you, and you're moving forward through that.
Yeah.
Okay, so be excited. It's like you've got this, and I do want to say to you, it's like your brother's saying, you're strong, like as in don't get into your head about, oh, can I do it, or is that going to work, or how am I going to work things out? Don't worry about it. And he's also showing me that you've manifested a lot of great stuff in your life and you can still do it moving forward. So don't forget that.
Yeah.
Right? You don't need to rely on anybody else, I have to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Any other questions before I go on to my next caller that you'd like me to cover while you're here?
No, I was just wanting to know Troy has bought this new McLaren. Just my relationship with him.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a slight delay I'm getting through. But, yeah, I think it's almost like know that your brother's there. He gives you the signs and, that's reciprocated. So you are guided. So if you're looking at something and a red flag comes up, follow that. Because trust me, he's very strong around you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you so very much.
You've got this. My pleasure. If you need any more info, Therese, connect to me on Facebook. Australia's Psychic Cowgirl is my Facebook page. So, yeah, jump on, send me a message.
Okay. Thank you so very much.
My pleasure. Thank you. Sorry about the little bit of a dodgy connection there. So, yeah, I hope, whatever I haven't covered, shoot me a message. All right. Take care, my dear. Thinking of sending much love to all of you around the fires. We're all thinking of you over here. All right, I'm going to go on to my second caller, Misty in Cornwall, Ontario, Canada. Misty, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Good. We often get told over here in Australia that we are very much like Canadians, so I think that's a pretty cool thing. Now, let me see, do you want me to focus on something specific or just connect in for you today?
Possibly career and love, if that's okay, please.
Yeah, of course. Now, with, all right, let me see. All right, I want to go to a question mark around the love. Is there somebody that's in, well, are you in a type of relationship at the moment, or it's like I feel like we're hot and cold a little bit as far as love interest goes?
No, I'm not with anybody.
Okay, all right. Is there somebody around there? Because I feel like I want to go to somebody's around.
I've rekindled with an old friend recently.
Yeah.
Maybe it's him.
Yeah. Is that been a little bit hot and cold? Like you connect and then you have that bit of a break and then reconnect again?
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm just connecting with what they're showing me. There's a reason that you've reconnected again, but I also want to keep in mind, or what they're showing me is, this is about you getting pleased. How can I put this? It's the relationship side of things. It's about time for you to honour what you feel, and whoever you're connecting with in a relationship needs to be mindful of your needs, because I feel like you're always the one to make everything right. And, as far as the relationship goes, we're not sacrificing. You're not putting yourself second. I want to see you put first, Misty, really big time.
Okay.
All right? So it's like, I'm not compromising. If they're not giving me 100%, I'm just going to go next.
Yeah.
Right? Because there is, love is definitely on the cards for you, and there is somebody that will be stepping in. They're not showing me specifically with this one that's there at the moment. So I'm sort of saying be open to this, because there is an aspect of someone stepping in, but they're going to give you 100%. So it's like love is in the air, and it's a case of that person that will be stepping in is going to be very thoughtful and very much all about honouring who you are. And it's like it's your time in the house for this to happen. So I really want to say you're not going to be with somebody who doesn't take your opinions and what you want not into play. So they're going to revere you. So it's like they really look out for you, and they highly regard you. So if the one that's hanging in there isn't 100% like that, then that's fine, but keep your eyes open, because there's somebody stepping in that will be like that for you. As far as career goes, let me have a look there. So with your career, have you been doing something for a little while and you've just started either training or studying for something else? Because I feel like there's something else you're going to be doing that's totally different to what you have done in the past.
Well, right now what I do is I help people in the community with their health.
Yep.
And I was thinking of furthering my education for nursing.
Yep. Well, that's what I see, like there's study around that there's further training that you're going to be doing. And it's like, but it'll be different to what you are doing now. So are you doing a lot of one-on-one?
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like there's something where you're going to be addressing groups, so not just one-on-one. I'm addressing others in a group situation. So, because I feel like for you give up, you don't give up, but you give out so much to others, and sometimes one-on-one can be very taking up all of your, it's almost like I feel a bit depleted after I've finished doing a lot of one-on-ones for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I want to be more in a group situation where I can interact and freely step forward with this. And I want to say for you next year is I'm excited. So can I ask where you're living at the moment? Are you sharing a place, or where do I get the feeling that you're in with others?
I have my mom living with me at the moment.
Yeah, okay. So because I felt like I was like thinking, yeah, okay. So, and you're helping mum out at the moment.
Yeah.
Something around you're helping. Yeah. So there's something around changes up around that as well. So has mum not been well, or what's brought about her moving in with you? Because I feel like there's a reason for that.
She came out of a not so good relationship, and it really affected her financial situation as well.
Okay, I missed a bit of that. So is that regarding health?
It's to do with health. She also came out of a bad relationship.
Okay, yep.
And so you're building her financial situation hasn't been good as well.
Yes, okay. Which is lovely of you to do that. And I feel like Mum's really sweet. But it's been a big adjustment for both of you. So it's a little bit like, oh, I'm getting, like I'm getting used to it again, I suppose, because it's been a while since you've lived together. But I feel like we're just finding our feet a little bit. There's something around, I feel like the next year you're going to, I feel like I want to say for you, the same as my last caller, but something around movement. So I feel like when you get the career path, like you decide what you're going to be doing, there's something about getting set up in a place that's a little bit more, how can you put it, that works better with the two of you, or that gives you more options and freedom.
Okay.
All right. So just be open to that, because I feel like, is there some aspect where you are now it's a little bit hard with Mum being there? Is it not very big, or I feel like I'm restricted a bit?
Yeah, it's small. It's on the small side.
Yeah. So just there's something around, I feel like you'll be guided to somewhere that will just work in a bit better and give you both a bit more space. But I do see Mum getting back on her feet. So I don't feel like Mum's going to be there long term. I feel like once she gets on her feet, because I feel like she's independent, so she wants to do her own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. So tell her there's a lot of fun for her. Mum's going to be focusing on travel next year as well. And there will also be someone getting in for Mum too. In fact, I feel like Mum's going to lead the way in this. And I know it's hard when you've come from a relationship that hasn't been positive, but it's like sometimes we go through these things and then bring us in preparation to meet that when I say perfect person, that person that is for your highest good, that is on the same page. And I feel like for the both of you, there's something about you and Mum being in alignment. So I don't know whether you've both been through similar things, like within a 12-month time frame, or you've experienced the same situations, but it's like you're both learning a bit from each other.
Yes, we have been.
Yeah. So it's like, because the two of you, it's almost like I feel like your role in this lifetime has been we're reconnecting again, and there's certain mirroring things that have been happening. But it's like, I want to say that as an encouragement, because it's like the spirit coming through for you very much about you both will inspire each other, and you're both very inspiring ladies, I want to say. So I feel like in what you do, you're very highly regarded, and Mum's a bit of Mum's the best. I want to say Mum can reinvent herself like snapping fingers. She's pretty amazing. So even though she's been through what she has, she'll be snapping out of that and onto her next adventure, I want to say. And tell Mum that. I see her traveling. She's having an adventure. And I do feel with Mum, now that she's got rid of the ball and chain, I want to say, the health issues will start to fade into the background. So please tell her that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So and it really for the two of you, it's like you've come together, you've gorgeous souls, and we're ready for a break. So I feel like 2020 is going to be your break, and the opportunity coming in. And I know it has been hard last couple of years, what I'm being shown, but it's like you start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I do want to say over the next